Mic check 1, 2, 3. Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Woodbine Mohawk Park on this April 17th, 2026, a Friday morning, overcast Friday morning here in Campbellville. But other than that, pretty nice conditions for this mid April day. Temperature rising as we roll along, currently around 12 degrees Celsius. The track is fast, and today we have 10 qualifying races, the first of which will be called out of the paddock in just a moment. Once again, 10 qualifiers today, so with that, we will take a break following qualifier number 5. So the horses are coming onto the track for today's first qualifier, and in this first qualifier, we do have a couple of scratches. Was to be a field of 9, you can now make that a field of 7. Take out the 6, better double down. Take out the 9, she's a streaker. One driver change, that's number 2, Steady Heart. It'll now be Mark McDonald. Qualifier number 1, we'll see 4-year-olds and up on the pace. Take out the 6 and 9. Number 1 is Fire Shine. The driver is Malik Smith. The 2 is Steady Heart with Mark McDonald. Number 3, DA Let's Boogie, Sam Filion. Next up is number 4, Storm Shadow, Louis Waugh. The 5 is Trouble with the Curve, Guy Gagnon. 6 is out. 7 is Pick Me Up Hanover, Anthony Hahn. And number 8 is All My Wishes, James McDonald. Number 9 is Scratched. Set to go on this Friday morning from Woodbine Mohawk Park, 12 degrees Celsius. Track is fast. First of 10 in the hands of the starter. Here they come. And they're off and pacing. It's All My Wishes from the outside, who looks to swing out to the early lead. Getting away in second will be Trouble with the Curve. And also into the early mix is Storm Shadow to get spotted in third. In front of Fireshine, fourth. Steady Heart lined up fifth. Also lining up is DA Let's Boogie. And Pick Me Up Hanover drops to the back. That one will race seventh as we head to the opening quarter. It's All My Wishes, a 4-year-old daughter of McWicked. She's up front here by 3.5 lengths. The opening panel chopped out in 29 seconds flat. All My Wishes takes us into the backstretch and is a loose leader on top by 5. In second is Trouble with the Curve. Then racing along in third is Storm Shadow. Fourth, that's where you'll find Fireshine, 2 lengths better than Steady Heart. Another few lengths back to DA Let's Boogie and Pick Me Up Hanover, the last one in line. So still all alone on the lead is All My Wishes. All My Wishes coming up to the midway point after a 29-second opener is by the half in 58 and 2. The second quarter in 29 and 2. All My Wishes took a mark of 50 and 4 last season as a 3-year-old. And this is the second qualifier of the 4-year-old campaign, and she just continues to motor right along. 5/8 of the mile now in the books. Trouble with the Curve has been second since the word go. Storm Shadow in his return can follow that one there third. And then we're going back to Fire Shine, Steady Heart, DA Let's Boogie, and Pick Me Up Hanover. 126 and 3 was the 3-quarter clocking. So All My Wishes stepped the third panel in 28 and 1, and she looks to finish this one off with authority. She leads it by 8 lengths coming to the 8th pole. Trouble with the Curve still there second. Storm Shadow comes to the outside, urged to go on by. Fireshine is fourth. Steady Heart, DA Let's Boogie, and Pick Me Up Hanover. But All My Wishes, second time out this season. It's a winning qualifying effort and going to stop the clock here today in 154 and 3. Second was Storm Shadow. Trouble with the Curve was third. 154 and 3 for All My Wishes. Next up is qualifier number 2. No scratches in this second qualifier. It'll be a field of 9 3-year-old pacers. 2 driver changes. Number 1, all the right places. The driver will be Damian McClellan. Number 7, quick away. The driver will be Mark McDonald. Starter calls the horses and drivers for today's second. Field of 9 3-year-old pacers. Number 1 is all the right places with Damian McClellan. Number 2, Sangria Summer, Trevor Henry. 3, DA Let's Dance, Doug McNair. 4, Savor the Moment, Travis Henry. 5, Could Be Queen, James McDonald. 6, Car Wash Blues, Anthony Hahn. 7, Quick Away, Mark McDonald. 8, Bajan Firefly, Billy Davis. And 9, Brindle, Louis Waugh. Starting gate swings into the stretch. Here they come for qualifier number 2. And they're off in pacing. Quick Away is going to be pushed out of there and shoots to the early lead. Brindle from the outside also going forward. Down the center was Could Be Queen. DA Let's Dance to get away in 4th as Bajan Firefly will come across to land mid-pack 5th. In front of Sangria Summer 6th. 7th of the first turn is Savor the Moment. All the right places is 2nd from the back. The trailer is Car Wash Blues. It is Quick Away out to the lead here for Mark McDonald. Leads it by 2 over Brindle. The opening quarter, 28 seconds flat. Quick Away, second qualifier of the season for the 3-year-old son of American Ideal. In second is Brindle. Then in line third, the filly Could Be Queen. Couple lengths back to DA Let's Dance in 4th as Bajan Firefly tracks that rival in 5th. Another 2 lengths back to Sangria Summer. That daughter of Captain Treacherous is racing in 6th. She's tracked 7th by Savor the Moment. A few more lengths to all the right places and a couple more to Car Wash Blues. No change in order through the second quarter. 57 seconds was the half. So it continues to be Quick Away, who made nearly $200,000 in his rookie season. His season debut qualifier was a week ago, finished second timed in 55 and 2. Here today, he's doing the road work, and he leads it by 3, and he steps it up here in the third quarter. Brindle's in second. Could Be Queen is third. Still there fourth is DA Let's Dance. Bajan Firefly stays in 5th as Sangria Summer is looking to advance a few spots. Savor the Moment, then back to all the right places, and the last one, Car Wash Blues, 125 and 3 was the three-quarter time. So Quick Away went 28 and 3 in the third split. It is Quick Away, a clear lead by 3. Second has been Brindle. Clear racetrack now for Could Be Queen. Then it's Sangria Summer. DA Let's Dance. Bajan Firefly to the inside. On the outside, that is Savor the Moment. So Quick Away. He got swarmed late. Could Be Queen and Sangria Summer. The fillies will finish 1-2. Sangria Summer up to win. Finishing second, that was Could Be Queen. Third was Brindle. Bajan Firefly fourth. 154 and 1. Starter calls the horses and drivers in for the third qualifier. Older trotters here, no changes. A field of 9. Number 1, Tactical Strike with Scott Young. 2, PL Robert G, Tyler Jones. 3, Ciel Bleu, Guy Gagnon. 4, Sparkling Volo, Mark McDonald. 5, Southwind Russian, Stefan Pouliot. 6, Zip Me Up, Trevor Henry. 7, Uncle Douglas, Travis Henry. 8, Robertson, James McDonald. And 9, Mastercraft, Jonathan Drury. Here they come for qualifier number 3. Off and trotting, and it's a good beginning here for Southwind Russian as that one just storms off to the early lead. Making a break at the start was the 4, Sparkling Volo. Zip Me Up has marched up into second. Rail Starter Tactical Strike gets away third as Robertson left out enough to get away fourth. Then to Ciel Bleu, who is followed by Uncle Douglas. We'll work our way back to PL Robert G, and then going back a couple more spots to Mastercraft, and the last one off stride was Sparkling Volo. 27-3 was the opening quarter, so we weren't kidding when we said that Southwind Russian had stormed out to the top, and Southwind Russian is all alone here. The 6-year-old leads it by 10 lengths up the backstretch. Zip Me Up is in second, while Tactical Strike trots along in third. Robertson close to that rival in fourth. Next you'll find Ciel Bleu going back to Uncle Douglas, then to PL Robert G. 2 more lengths to Mastercraft, and well back to Sparkling Volo. The half was hit in 56 seconds even. It's Southwind Russian leading it again by more than 10 lengths. Zip Me Up is second. Tactical Strike right behind that one third, and Robertson again getting a toe racing in fourth. We go back to Ciel Bleu. Then you'll find Uncle Douglas. 2 more lengths to PL Robert G. Next in line is Mastercraft. The last one is Sparkling Volo. The lead is out to almost 15 lengths here for Southwind Russian at 3/4 in 125 and 3. So Southwind Russian, we'll see if it's just too big of a lead for any to overcome, as this one will try and hold on. Meanwhile, Zip Me Up has been second, essentially cutting that one's own mile. So tip to the outside is Tactical Strike. Right behind then you'll find Robertson. Then we're going back to the others. 16th to go here for Southwind Russian, and it looks like it will be a gate-to-wire winner. Southwind Russian. The lead is shrinking late, but not catching up will be Tactical Strike. That one, strong through the wire, was beat 3 lengths. Finishing in third was Robertson. Then fourth was Zip Me Up. Back to PL Robert G. In the mix was Ciel Bleu and Mastercraft. 156 and 1 for Southwind Russian. No changes for the fourth qualifiers. The horses and drivers begin to line up. Field of 9 on the trot. 1, Satuanya, Trevor Henry. 2, Nixon Bixen, Dagfinn Henriksen. 3, Slim Daisy, Jonathan Drury. 4, Get Me Some of That, Mark McDonald. 5, Very Sassy, Matt Bax. 6, Timel Envy, J.R. Plant. 7, A Splash of Green, James McDonald. 8, Antebellum, Doug McNair. And 9, Arcona Seelster, Martin Lachance. Field of 9 for the fourth. Here they come. They're off and trotting. We got a few of them that are going to press ahead. That's Very Sassy, along with a splash of green from the outside. Antebellum and Arcona Seelster is also coming forward. Satuanya is just in behind there, fifth. To that one's outside is Timel Envy. Slim Daisy to the rail. Get Me Some of That in the two path. And the trailer is Nixon Bixen. As we drive into the first turn, we had a breaker. Off stride went the sixth, Timel Envy. So making it to the top, that'll be Arcona Seelster. Opening panel was 29-1. And just after that 29-1 opener, Arcona Seelster does clear to the lead. A Splash of Green is trotting along in second. Very Sassy is third. Then fourth. That is going to be Antebellum. Finding a seat now, getting down to the rail in fifth will be Get Me Some of That. In front of Satuanya, then back to Slim Daisy, and the next one will be Nixon Bixen. That first turn breaker is Timel Envy, that one well behind. Coming up to the half, it's Arcona Seelster, a 3-year-old daughter of Wheelin' and Dealin', leads by a length and a half, 59-3. On to the far turn goes this field of trotters. A Splash of Green, right in behind second. In third is Very Sassy. Fourth, that is Antebellum. Next in line, fifth is Get Me Some of That, tracked by Satuanya. Then on the outside, here comes Nixon Bixen as that one is advancing. And Slim Daisy, we'll see if that one follows that path. And we go back to last to Timel Envy. Coming to three quarters, Arcona Seelster by a length and a half. A Splash of Green, who was the early leader, still in behind. 1:30-2 was the three-quarter clocking. Trotters hit the top of the stretch. And bringing us to this point was Arcona Seelster. Here comes Very Sassy. That one is trotting well on the outside. Rail opened up for a Splash of Green. Off stride went Nixon Bixen in the lane. And Antebellum also into the mix. And Antebellum looks to split them. So taking the lead was a Splash of Green. Here's Antebellum, Very Sassy, and Arcona Seelster. It's a Splash of Green by a length, a Splash of Green to take it. Antebellum finishes in second. Very Sassy was third. Then finishing in fourth was Arcona Seelster. Mile time 1:59-1. Qualifier number 5 is next. Wings of the starting gate now open. Driver change on 2. My Mischievous Doug to Mark McDonald. 6 Go Roscoe. Trainer Roger Mayotte will now do the driving. Field of 9 3-year-olds as the trotters begin to assemble. 1 is I Drink, She Drives, James McDonald. 2, My Mischievous Doug, Mark McDonald. 3, Maize and Blue, Doug McNair. 4, Imperative, Rick Zeron. 5, Vista Verde, Louis Waugh. 6, Go Roscoe, Roger Mayotte. 7, Raucous, Travis Cullen. 8, DA Mastermind, Jonathan Drury. And 9, Green Lollipop, J.R. Plant. Field of 9 for qualifier number 5. A reminder, there will be a 15 to 20 minute break following the 5th qualifier. Final one of the first half. Here they come. And they're off and trotting. Good beginning here for Raucous. This one is going out to the early lead. Go Roscoe is down the center of the track into second. Maize and Blue gets away in third. Imperative gets a slot in fourth. From She Drives in fifth. Then back to DA Mastermind. The outside starter Green Lollipop has a couple of them beat going into the first turn, including My Mischievous Doug. And a little bumpy there, the last one, Vista Verde, as Waugh will settle that one. 29 3 was the opening quarter. And the leader moving into the backstretch, this is Raucous. Raucous, second qualifier of the season for this 3-year-old son of Muscle Mass. In second is Go Roscoe. In line third, Maize and Blue. Next one you'll find is Imperative in fourth, 2 lengths back to I Drink, She Drives. Then trotting along behind that one is going to be a DA Mastermind to Green Lollipop, and the final pair, My Mischievous Doug and Vista Verde. They are tightly packed, the top 7 at least, coming up to the half. After the 29 3 opener, the second quarter was in 31 seconds. They were by the half in a minute and 3/5. And now they pick it up once again. The lead goes out to 2 lengths here for Raucous. In second is Go Roscoe. Maize and Blue still there in third, while Imperative trots along in fourth. I Drink, She Drives still in fifth. A couple lengths back to DA Mastermind. Next one is Green Lollipop, then to My Mischievous Doug, and Vista Verde is ninth. 3/4 is the next destination here for Raucous, who does it all on the front here today. 1:30-1 was the 3/4 clocking. Coming to the top of the stretch, it is Raucous, as that one gets a little encouragement here, leads it by a couple of lengths. Go Roscoe still in second. Maize and Blue, that one rolled off stride in third. Here comes Imperative, who moves up into that third spot. I Drink, She Drives, and then to DA Mastermind. It's still Raucous with a couple of lengths, and Raucous goes all the way. Go Roscoe will hold second. Imperative on the outside third, through the line fourth. That was going to be DA Mastermind. 1:58-2. Just about set to continue with today's qualifiers. The back half about to get underway. This will be qualifier number 6. Starter gives the cue to bring them in. We have one scratch. Take out the 5 Ace 44 Magic, so it'll now be a field of 8. 3-year-olds and up on the trot. Driver change on 1. Polishing station to Phil Houdon. That's where we start. 1 polishing station, Phil Houdon drives. 2, lo and behold, Louis Waugh. 3, toss of the dice, Tyler Borth. 4 is Courtney's Promise, Rick Zeron. 5 is out. 6 is in the black with Travis Cullen. Number 7 will be next of kin, Sam Filion. 8 is Wildfire Blue Chip, Stefan Pouliot. And number 9 is LP Bay, Mark Etzel. Starting gate moves into the stretch, a field of 8 for today's 6th qualifier. Here they come. And they're off and trotting. From the outside, there goes LP Bay as that one is marching out towards the top. In the black, a good beginning down the middle. Getting away in third is Toss of the Dice. Here comes Wildfire Blue Chip to get into the upper half. Lo and behold is at the inside. Courtney's Promise, so that one's outside. Polishing Station second from the back. Early trailer was next of kin, who was taken off the wings, so that one can see them all. Opening quarter comes up here for LP Bay in 29 and 2. Following in second is In the Black, and then we go back about 4 lengths to Toss of the Dice. Another few lengths to Wildfire Blue Chip. Courtney's Promise, tracked by Lo and Behold. 2 more lengths to Polishing Station, and the last one is Next of Kin. Looping around to the lead here in the second quarter is In the Black, as this is a son of Green Manalishi, second qualifier of the season, and has moved up to the lead. That'll put LP Bay, last year's 2-year-old grassroots champion, back in second, and then racing in third is Toss of the Dice. 58 and 3 was the half. As we head into the far turn, In the Black leads it. So In the Black, who made just shy of 100,000 in his rookie season, second qualifier of the year, leads it by 2.5 lengths over the season debuting LP Bay. Then back to Toss of the Dice third. Fourth is Wildfire Blue Chip. Courtney's Promise is fifth, followed sixth around the far bend by Lo and Behold. Then going back to Polishing Station, and the last one by 3/4 is Next of Kin. 127 and 4 was the 3/4 clocking. They're into the stretch. In the Black has got a 2.5 length lead. LP Bay will try to track that one down. Under no urging here, though. Back in third is Toss of the Dice, and then well back to Lo and Behold and Courtney's Promise, who moved by Wildfire Blue Chip. So it is In the Black. LP Bay content here in the season debut to follow in behind. Late push from Toss of the Dice. In the Black takes it from LP Bay second, finishing third Toss of the Dice. Courtney's Promise was fourth over Lo and Behold fifth, 157 and 2. Here we go now for the 7th qualifier, 3-year-old Pacers. Travis Henry drives the 2, a bet's a bet. James McDonald now drives the 5, Redland Sapphire, scratch the 6. So Malicious Speed is number 1 with Travis Cullen, 2, a bet's a bet. Travis Henry, 3, Iraq, Todd Ratchford, 4, Davios, Sam Filion, 5, Redland Sapphire, James McDonald, 6 is out, 7, Twin B Fierce, Doug McNair, 8, TH Check Me Out, Tyler Borth, and 9, Bad Betting with JR Plant. And the Raw-Fan pacing here in Qualifier 7. Pushing away well at the inside was Malicious Speed. There is Twin B Fierce, who swings out to the top with TH Check Me Out to that one's wheel. It's going to be a bet's a bet getting away in 4th. A Rock then will land in 5th, ahead of Redland Sapphire, going back in the pack to Davios, and the last one is Bad Betting. TH Check Me Out will go up to the lead, so TH Check Me Out, released by Twin B Fierce at an opening quarter of 28-4. So the 3-year-old Pacers exit the first turn. TH Check Me Out, the cattle washed filly. Second time out this season, she leads it by 2. Twin B Fierce in her season debut. She's racing along in 2nd. Then in 3rd, that is Malicious Speed. 4th in line is a bet's a bet. 5th up the backstretch is a Rock. 2 lengths going back to Redland Sapphire, followed by Davios, and then at the back off stride is Bad Betting. We come up to the half. TH Check Me Out takes them past the half in 58-3, the second quarter in 29-4. It is TH Check Me Out, a winner of over $140,000 as a 2-year-old. She is up front. She shows the way onto the far turn. Twin B Fierce getting a nice 2-hole ride. In line 3rd is Malicious Speed. That one will stay at the rail. Here comes a bet's a bet up on the outside, and that one driving quickly first up. A Rock is then now moved to the outside. 2 lengths to Redland Sapphire, another 2 to Davios, and the last one is Bad Betting. So TH Check Me Out. Plugs get pulled at the head of the lane. 128 is the 3/4 time. TH Check Me Out, and a bet's a bet. They square off, and a bet's a bet made that move in the far turn and now takes the lead. A bet's a bet. TH Check Me Out in 2nd. Twin B Fierce is 3rd. Inside Malicious Speed 4th. Back to a Rock in 5th. It is a bet's a bet. TH Check Me Out a length away. A bet's a bet. A good looking score. TH Check Me Out finishes 2nd. Closing in was Malicious Speed 3rd, and 4th was Twin B Fierce. 154-3, 26-3 on the end of it. A bet's a bet. Starting gate is rolling for the 8th qualifier. 3-year-old Pacers. Driver change on 7. American Road Trip to Mark McDonald. On the 9, Disco Bay to Billy Davis. 1, Borderline Mobby with James McDonald. 2, Twin B Stanley, Louis Waugh. 3, No Waitlist, Doug McNair. 4, Never Leave Harlan, Tyler Borth. 5 is Unforgiven with Tyler Jones. 6 is I Love This Bar, Trevor Henry. 7, American Road Trip, Mark McDonald. 8, Probability, Scott Young. And 9, Disco Bay, Billy Davis. Field of 9 for qualifier 8. Here come the 3-year-old Pacers. And they're off and pacing. Good beginning towards the inside for Twin B Stanley, but Never Leave Harlan will be the quickest away. Probability is crossing on over to get away in 3rd. At the rail is Borderline Mobby 4th. Right at that one's wheel 5th is No Wait List. To that one's outside, I Love This Bar. Back then, a couple spots to American Road Trip, who is going to be followed by Disco Bay. Your trailer into the first turn is Unforgiven. Everybody now has their spot in line. The opening quarter is up 28-4. 3-year-old Pacers here in qualifier 8. They are single file into the backstretch. They are being led by Never Leave Harlan, second qualifier of the season for this son of Cattle Wash. Right there in second is Twin B Stanley. 2 lengths then going back to Probability, who shot off the wings to get away in 3rd. Borderline Mobby is in line 4th. Then racing in 5th, that is No Waitlist. 6th, you are going to find I Love This Bar. In 7th, American Road Trip back to Disco Bay, and the last one was Unforgiven. So they were starting to jam up a bit here. They are tightly packed in that single file order. 58-3 was the half. 28-4 in the opener, 29-4 in the second quarter. And as they drive into the far turn, the leader continues to be Never Leave Harlan. Twin B Stanley in second. No Wait, should say that's Probability in 3rd. Borderline Mobby in 4th. There's No Waitlist. Mid-pack in 5th, getting ready for the cue to go. Followed by I Love This Bar. To the outside, American Road Trip, Disco Bay, and a few lengths back to Unforgiven. 3 quarters was 127-2. So they'll be sprinting on home now. Never Leave Harlan is trying to go the distance. Twin B Stanley in second. Here comes Borderline Mobby after sitting 4th throughout, is now driving on the outside and trying to close in on the leader. So it is Never Leave Harlan, Borderline Mobby. You knew you'd hear from No Waitlist, and this one's looking to sweep. And how about I Love This Bar? 4 across at the wire, and it was No Waitlist who got up to win. I Love This Bar in a photo there for second, along with Borderline Mobby and the leader throughout, Never Leave Harlan, but it was No Waitlist. First one there in 155 flat. Getting set to go now with the 9th qualifier. Driver change on 5, Vino Louis to James McDonald. And on the 9, DA Superglow to Sam Filion. 3 is scratched. Number 1 is Crackshot with Doug McNair. 2, Betts Show Off, Stefan Pouliot. 3 is out. 4 is Control Heaven, Malik Smith. 5 is Vino Louis, James McDonald. 6 is Backup Plan, Louis Wass. 7, The Light Speed, Guy Gagnon. 8, Captain Hurley, Travis Cullen. And 9, DA Superglow, Sam Filion. Here they come for the 9th. And they're off and pacing. Here comes Captain Hurley. That one charges off the wings, pointed to the lead. The Light Speed also went forward. Crackshot holds ground at the inside. Getting away in 4th is Betts Show Off. The others line up. It's Control Heaven back to Vino Louis, followed by Backup Plan and DA Superglow. Captain Hurley pumped up here, out to the early lead, up top by 2.5 lengths on Crackshot in 2nd. The opening quarter was 28 seconds flat, so it is Captain Hurley into the backstretch as the 4-year-old has the top spot, and that lead is nearly 4 lengths. Crackshot, the O'Brien Award winner, in his return is 2nd. Then 3rd up the backstretch is the Light Speed. Next in line is Betts Show Off in 4th, who is followed by Control Heaven 5th. Then Divino Louis, a few lengths to Backup Plan, and the last one is DA Superglow. Tightening up in 2nd here is Crackshot as he will close in on the leader, and our leader is Captain Hurley past the midway point in 58-1. So just 30-1 in the 2nd quarter. Captain Hurley, this is the 2nd qualifier of the season for the 4-year-old, and he swept by them the first time out. Here today, though, he is cutting the mile. Crackshot will look to stick with them there in 2nd, as they've certainly picked it up here on the far turn. In 3rd is the Light Speed. Betts Show Off right behind there, 4th. 5th is Control Heaven, 2 more lengths then to Vino Louis, followed by Backup Plan and DA Superglow. Captain Hurley by 2.5 on Crackshot 2nd. 3-quarter time, 1:26.3. Into the lane here, it's Captain Hurley. Captain Hurley trying to sprint on home. Crackshot called upon there 2nd, and Crackshot's taking dead aim at Captain Hurley. Then we go back to the Light Speed. Betts Show Off and Control Heaven 5th. Here is Crackshot on the outside, getting by Captain Hurley. So Crackshot with a good-looking return. Crackshot wins it by half a length. Captain Hurley was 2nd. The Light Speed was 3rd. Betts Show Off 4th. 1:53.2 for Crackshot. Final qualifier of the day is qualifier number 10 as the horses are called in. Scratch number 7, Crunching the Odds, and number 9, Mike Me Up. Driver change on 2, Kinder Rolex to J.R. Plant. Driver change on 6, Stormont Beautiful to Tyler Borth. 1 is Southwind Florence with Mario by Argent. 2 is Kinder Rolex. J.R. Plant steers. 3 is Broadway Star, Sam Fillion. 4 is Exactly, Louis Waugh. 5 is Strobe Light, James McDonald. 6, Stormont Beautiful, Tyler Borth. 7 is Scratched. 8 is Bombproof with Damian McClellan. And the 9 is Mike Me Up, but that one also scratched. So take out the 7 and the 9. Brings us down to a field of 7. Trotters assembled. Final qualifier today. Here they come for the 10th. And they're off and trotting, and it's going to be Exactly and Strobe Light from the center. The top 2 in the early going. There is Bombproof on the outside. Southwind Florence at the rail, got away in 4th. Then going to Kinder Rolex, Broadway Star on the outside. Then to Stormont Beautiful. They get into the first turn here, and it is Exactly who had left out well and then gave way to Strobe Light. So Strobe Light commands through an opening quarter in 29 and 1. So it is Strobe Light as they move into the backstretch, clear by a couple of lengths. Meanwhile, in second, that is Exactly a gap of 5 going back to Bombproof, who is 3rd. Then 4th is Southwind Florence, another 5 or 6 lengths back to Kinder Rolex, who is followed by Broadway Star. The last one in her season debut, the 4-year-old Stormont Beautiful, that O'Brien Award winner, nearly 20 lengths off the lead. Up front, though, it's another O'Brien Award winner. This is Strobe Light, 58-1 by the half. So Strobe Light, second qualifier of his 3-year-old season after that outstanding rookie campaign. The son of Alarm Detector takes us on to the far turn. Exactly has been tracking throughout. Then we're going back to Bombproof in 3rd. Southwind Florence still there 4th. Kinder Rolex is 5th. Then to Broadway Star and Stormont Beautiful rounds things out. It's been a 2-horse breakaway. It's Strobe Light and Exactly at 3/4 in 127 flat, 28-4 in the 3rd. And the end of the stretch, Strobe Light Exactly in 2nd. We'll see if these two square off as Strobe Light's been leading and still has almost 2 lengths on this one. So it is Strobe Light Exactly in behind 2nd. Southwind Florence gets up to 3rd. Then Stormont Beautiful will look to kick home strong, but it will be Strobe Light. Oh, and he rolled off stride right before the wire. Strobe Light went off stride, so through the wire first with Exactly in behind. Southwind Florence was 3rd, and Stormont Beautiful through the wire 4th, 155 flat.